everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Cat for short. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are looking at your December 2025 insights. And I can't believe I'm already making this video, but here we are. So we're going to look at what's coming up in December for you. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me, so if anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right, December 2025. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Thank you. You know, I feel like these 3 cards want to come out, so group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. That was easy. And let's see what we have for you. Group number 1, you have New Moon in Virgo, Trust All Will Be Well, and you have the Ocean Jasper. Group number 2, you have New Moon in Aquarius, Open Up to Change, and you also have the Clear Quartz. Group number 3, you have First Quarter Moon in Aries, Step into Your Power, and you have the Celestite. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. You can pause the video if you need more time. And it's also perfectly fine to choose more than one if you are drawn to more than one card. And I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Ocean Jasper, and your card is New Moon in Virgo, Trust All Will Be Well. I feel like that is the main message for you in December. Trust, everything is going to be okay. I feel like the universe wants you to stay grounded with Virgo and the greenery here. Spirit is saying, take a deep breath, ground yourself, everything's going to be okay, everything's going to work out for you. There's just something about divine timing that's coming in with your situation, and I know hearing divine timing can be annoying because it's like, okay, well, what does that mean, right? And then it's like, well, it means divine timing. So if I see any kind of time frame coming up for you, I will let you know. Now, even though in December you're supposed to kind of relax and let things fall into place, I feel like that does not mean that something is not going to fall into place for you in December, because what I'm picking up is there seems to be something that is aligning for you in December, but it seems like it's the very, very beginning of something that's going to start happening for you. It's kind of like, you know, obviously you have this new beginning, or it's something that you're waiting to happen with Trust All Will Be Well, and also New Moon, right? So there's a new opportunity, a new beginning, and Spirit is saying that you're almost there. So the way I can describe this is you may in December see a door appearing, but you may not have the key yet. So does that make sense? And I'm also picking up that you have been focusing on something for quite some time. And some of you might be feeling pretty frustrated, wondering, okay, should I give up on this? Should I walk away from this? Was this a waste of time? And Spirit is saying, no, absolutely not. It's not a waste of time. It's not in your imagination that you thought you would be successful with this particular venture, this idea, this new beginning that you're waiting for. Spirit is saying that something is going to fall into place for you in December, but you can't rush things. So you want to stay grounded. You want to go with the flow, especially because you have the Ocean Jasper. So kind of go with the flow. And that would be like going with the flow, I feel is going to be your best friend in December. Okay, that's what is going to be the most beneficial for you. What else can you tell us for group number 1? I think you have 3. Yeah, so we're going to take these 3 cards for you. Moon dance and celebration. Okay, what was I telling you? That something is going to come into alignment, but I feel like you're not seeing 100% of what you want to see. You're seeing just a little bit of something starting to take shapes. Like if you planted something, you're starting to see something just barely sprout out of the soil in December. And that's why you want to kind of stay focused and just trust that everything's going to be okay for you, because you do have a celebration coming up. And I feel like this celebration is talking about what I saw, where you're seeing like, oh, okay, finally, now this little thing happened. So now I know going forward, I will see bigger progress happening. Moon goddess and higher power. So this makes a lot of sense because we're talking about trust all will be well. And I feel that there's a higher power at play in your situation. That's why I mentioned that you have divine timing. Okay, you have higher powers at work here. You have divine timing. And that's exactly why you can't rush things, because your higher powers are aligning things for you over here on the other side of that door that's going to appear for you. So just know through December, I'm feeling like December is a very, very powerful time for you, because things are lining up. Even if you can't necessarily see it right in front of you, things are taking shape behind the scenes. And then we have talk to the moon and communicate. Okay, so I feel what's going on here and what's going on with, mainly communicate and trust all will be well, higher power, is to keep talking to the universe, keep manifesting what you want, keep visualizing what you want, and stay positive, stay as positive as you can, because that will only help your situation. And on the other side, if you're really negative and you're anxious and all you're doing is worrying about when is this going to happen, how is this going to happen, what if this doesn't happen, then you're going to bring in that negativity, right? And your vibration's going to be a little bit lower. So ask for signs from the universe also with communicate. Ask for signs from the universe that, can I have a sign of what to look for, or when things might really fall into place for me, things like that. And Spirit is saying that that is a good way for you to kind of stay present. What else can you tell us? Thank you. So we have mending number 52, and I feel what's most important with this mending card is that things are coming together for you. See, I feel like this is you here and this is the universe here, or maybe they're both you, where you've created something and things are starting to come together. So for you with mending, for some of you, there could be something that is being fixed, something that is being mended, but the greater energy that I'm picking up from this card is that things are coming together. You see the face right here, so you have your spirit guides looking down on you, your spirit guides trying to communicate with you, and things are starting to come together. And then we have blessed. Yeah, so, number 22 and blessed. And you see here how this figure here is floating in the air going towards something. I feel like this is what you have been waiting for, that is coming into your life, something that will be in your life shortly. And you're going to be very, very blessed. So do you see what I'm saying with the mending card? That for a lot of you, it's not about mending anything. It's about things being formed. And so mending could be meaning that the waiting is going to be fixed, right? So waiting for something to happen is going to be mended, because you're no longer going to be waiting for something. Because here it's floating into your life, and I feel this is what is mending this. So right now, you're sitting here waiting. You see these people looking up to the sky like, okay, where is it? I've done my part. I've made this down here. So when is the rest going to appear for me? Okay, so it's on its way to you. Blessed, number 22. And do you see 22? I'm hearing divine timing with 22. So for some of you, there could be something significant that happens around the 22nd of the month. It could be 22 days from whenever you watch this. It could be you've been seeing the number 22. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you go forward. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? I feel like these wanted to come out, so we'll take those. What else can you tell us? All right. Wow, so you have the Empress, and this Empress is pregnant. So, you know, it depends on the deck. Some are pregnant, some are not pregnant. And what that is showing me again is that new beginnings are about to appear in your life, but there's something about divine timing. You can't rush the process of being pregnant. And if you do, it may not be, it most likely won't be to your best benefit, right? Things need to take shape and take form the way that, you know, it needs time to assimilate, to things be created to the highest good. And so I feel that's what's happening in your situation. And that's why Spirit is saying, trust that everything will be well. You have butterflies on this card. And I feel also this right here with the 2 trees connecting, I feel like this is kind of that doorway, or a doorway of like an opportunity. And when the time is right, you will be able to get up and turn around and walk through this new opportunity. And also the Empress is actually sitting on a moon. So what that is telling me is Spirit is saying, listen to your intuition. You know, ask the universe for signs, ask the universe for guidance like we have with the communicate card here, and you will see how everything comes together for you. And once it does come together, I feel like things really, really pick up. There's a lot of activity. I'm hearing communication, not just with this card, but communication regarding your situation. And yeah, things just really seem to pick up once this thing kind of clicks into place for you. So you have the 8 of Wands, and this is swiftness. Isn't this what I was just talking about? Where things really pick up for you. I love that for you. So you might also see synchronicities happening for you. Things kind of, like I'm seeing one after another with synchronicities where one thing after another starts to happen for you. But yeah, with swiftness, I'm feeling like there's something that you're seeing in December, like if that doorway appears for you, if that door appears but you don't have the key to the door yet, I'm feeling like the key appears in January. For some of you, you're getting both of those things in December. It just depends on when things click into place for you with this very first thing here. And because it's a general reading, you know, and also because we're talking about divine timing here, the timing is going to vary slightly for everyone watching this group. Then that's why I say for some of you, everything could happen in December. But I feel for the majority of you, December is about being patient and seeing little things kind of coming into place. But then things really pick up within like a month from that point, from the point when you first see that door appearing, or, you know, of course, metaphorically speaking. So we have the 4 of Cups. This makes a lot of sense. So with the 4 of Cups, this is why you want to stay in communication with what you want to see happen. You want to stay in communication with your higher power because something is coming into your life. Do you see there's a cup here that's falling from the sky? So something could fall in your lap. Spirit says that you're very, very safe and protected as you wait for this thing to appear. And it's going to be worth the wait, Spirit says. It's just a matter of time before things happen for you. But just like this cup is falling from the sky, it takes a little bit of time for that to get from outer space somewhere to where we are. So that's why, you know, divine timing, I'm seeing it with this 4 of Cups card as well. So Spirit is saying, try to stay positive, try to stay focused. Things are coming into your life. Yeah, now you have the Universe card. So this really speaks to what I was saying about the timing for you. With Universe, so this is the World card. And this could definitely be indicating that time frame where, you know, we're right at the end of December or we're right at the beginning of January when things kind of start to click into place for you. It is going to depend on your particular situation. And I feel how, if you see this person is standing on someone right here, so I feel like that is representative of you taking control of the situation, you stomping out any fears that you have, you being strong and bold and knowing that whatever it is that you have in your mind, whatever you are hoping will take place and working toward, everything's going to come together for you. And, you know, the snake here is also making me think of this transformation that is coming up in your life for you. And this is also, I'm hearing from Spirit saying, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt that this is going to happen, because it is absolutely going to happen. But again, with the Empress, you can't rush the process, because if you rush the process, you could miss this cup that's falling from the sky. So things will be much, much better for you if you just wait it out and allow things to naturally fall into place. Yes, so you have the Eon and Judgment. You're going to get a sign. This is the second card that you have, something kind of coming from the sky. So the first one was the Four of Cups, and then you have the Judgment card here. That's very interesting. I feel that this card being below the Mending card and how these people are looking up in the sky, either looking to this face here or looking for a sign, asking for a sign from the universe, you're going to get your sign, okay? It's going to be so obvious that you cannot miss it, because I feel like something's going to fall in your lap the way this cup is falling with the Four of Cups. So this is, again, what I was saying, how you're going to see something in December where you're saying, oh, finally, it's almost here. Or finally, this is the key. This is what I've been waiting for. And then you can move on with the situation that you have going on here. The Three of Swords and Sorrow. You know, this is an interesting Three of Swords, because I feel the sorrow is coming from a thought that you have. Because the swords, the Three of Swords in the heart, it seems in this particular card that it's not a reality. It's what you're hoping doesn't happen. So this really, really corresponds with what I've been saying, where it's very important to stay grounded. It's important to trust that all will be well. Anytime that you have this thought, Spirit is saying, it's okay to have these thoughts, but what you want to do is try to erase those thoughts, try to mend that thought. And because, do you see the difference here, what I'm trying to show you? Because I'm trying to like show you what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. Okay, so remember with mending, there's a face up here, and these people are looking up there. And so what I'm seeing with these two cards is, let's do it this way. If you ever come to this point where you feel like, oh, maybe I was just dreaming too big, maybe, you know, I was too excited about things because now it feels like things are not going to come together for me, and that's why you have this thought up here. Spirit is saying try to fix that thought with mending, and try to communicate with your higher power and ask for signs, you know, staying positive and healing this negative thought here. Now, I know that's not going to be easy, especially when you're waiting for things to happen, but that's what I'm seeing. Spirit is saying to try to do that, try to stay positive. Because look at your row here. We start with celebration and we end with blessed. So things are going to take shape for you. It's just a matter of time. And with the Eight of Wands, I feel like it's not that far away for you, but it is divine timing, so you can't rush things. The Queen of Pentacles, you're going to have everything that you've been looking for. And Spirit says with the Queen of Pentacles, keep going, keep pushing, stay positive. And, you know, this is a very interesting Queen of Pentacles because it looks like the Queen is in a desert. And also there's kind of like this mound of sand right here where it seems like the Queen has been holding on to a dream because she does have a pentacle in her hand. But she's not able to see what is on the other side of this sand right here, which is an oasis. And then you have the goat showing up here saying, hey, don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. And I feel like this is like your spirit guide saying, hey, this could even be the sign that you've been waiting for right here, this goat showing up. So it's a long, it's like, because I'm picking up like this is a process for you. It could be a long road for you, but Spirit is showing me it's going to be worth it. If this has something to do with money, finances, work, anything like that. Sorry, this card keeps moving. Anything like that. Spirit is saying that you are going to have everything that you have been looking for. The Queen of Pentacles is a very, very comfortable, luxurious energy. So is the Empress. The Empress has everything that she has wanted, everything that she's been waiting for. It's all coming into fruition. But you need patience for these things. And it's interesting that you have the Queen of Pentacles here and the Empress, because this is like you want to keep nurturing this idea that you have. Nurturing it, cultivating it, taking care of it, whatever you need to do to keep that energy alive. That will also benefit you very, very much going forward. So you have the Hermit card here. And I feel like you're at the end of this waiting period. Absolutely, with the Hermit, because the Hermit is number 9. So that means that you're coming out of a waiting period. You're coming out of a time when you've been trying to figure things out. You're getting that knowledge. You're getting the key that you've been waiting for. Now, the other thing about the Hermit card is the Hermit has the hourglass. So again, it's divine timing, but your time is almost here. So Spirit says, with the Hermit card, I'm picking up again, keep working on your idea, keep working on yourself, or whatever it is that you want to see happen, keep working with the universe, keep communicating, keep visualizing, because that is only going to add more and more power to your situation. Okay, so now we have the Prince of Pentacles. Isn't this interesting? Because this is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is literally a vehicle that I feel is showing up in your life, especially because it's right below the Four of Cups, where the cup is floating down from space and landing in your lap, and now you have a vehicle to go with that. So do you see how we're kind of seeing a visual here of what I was seeing earlier? Because I'm pretty sure I said this, where in December, I'm seeing that a door is appearing for you, but you might not have the key to that door yet. And so in December, you're seeing the door and you're saying, oh my gosh, there's some progress, and you might not be exactly where you want to be yet, because now you're just waiting for that key. And then I feel like the cup here is kind of that door falling into your lap. And then you have the key, which would be this vehicle here, and then you can move forward through that door. And these things happened very, very close to each other. Because you have the Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, I personally see a lot of times things happening within a month's time. On the far side, 2 months. And then you have the Four of Cups here, which can sometimes also indicate 4 weeks. Timing is very, very tricky, especially when you're literally talking about divine timing in the reading. But I'm just showing you the energies that I'm feeling here, because it feels like these two things happen very close to each other. And I know we're talking about December, but in your case, it's bleeding a little bit into January. Okay, so we have the Prince of Cups. Do you see you have another vehicle here? You have another vehicle. So there's something that is going on here where you're getting the keys to move forward with something that you've been working on for a very long time. And whatever this is, it's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger because you've done things the correct way, which also takes me back to the mending card here. I'm getting the energy that these people aren't rushing this process, that they're trying to create. So, you know, it looks like they're sewing something because here's the thread. And I feel like they're taking their time, they're doing things the right way. Therefore, they're building something that's very, very strong. It's going to last a very long time. And that's also why we have the Queen of Pentacles here, because you're doing things the right way. You're waiting for things to fall into place. And with the Prince of Cups, this is you having the means to finally move forward with what your heart has been waiting for. And it's like, oh, it's finally here. So you can move forward and you can go after exactly what you want. The Emperor, yeah. This is what I've been talking about. So the Emperor is all about making a plan, putting that plan into action. But this is also a great patience card because you can't achieve everything overnight. This is also a great strength card. And in this particular Emperor, what I'm seeing here is this Emperor is holding what looks to be a globe, but also is this Emperor is very relaxed, sitting with one leg on the other leg, just kind of chilling out, saying, you know what? This is my energy in December. I am the Emperor and I have come up with a plan for my idea. But I also know that there's divine timing at play here. So I'm just going to relax a little bit. I'm going to stay focused on my idea. I'm going to wait for a sign. But I'm also going to enjoy December. And then with the sun coming up here, I feel like that's kind of like that aha moment that we're getting from the Judgment card, which is right above the Emperor card. And so it's like, this is exactly what you've been waiting for. And remember earlier I said the mending card could be that what is being mended is that waiting period. And I'm seeing that in this row here because this sun is showing me like, oh, you finally have the key. Same thing with the Judgment card. You're getting the answer that you need to move forward in December. The Nine of Swords. Okay. This makes so much sense because, sorry, got a little excited with the with the card. This makes so much sense because, and the reason why I was excited is because what this card means. This is showing me that your worst fear, which may be, oh no, I'm going to have to give up on my dream because it hasn't happened yet, that is not going to come true. It's interesting that the Nine of Swords is right below the Three of Swords. And remember what I said about the Three of Swords, that it feels like this is just a fear that you have because it's not actually attached to this person. And you have the dots here, like this is what this person is thinking about. And so it's the same thing with the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of your worst fear is not going to come true. So I hope this helped you. I really hope this helped you see that things are coming together and to just have patience. Enjoy the last month of 2025 and you're going to see things fall into place for you. If you did enjoy this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the clear quartz, and your card is New Moon in Aquarius, open up to change. The energy that I'm getting from this card is that you definitely have new opportunities and new beginnings in December, but you have to be open to things changing. So if some of you are not so willing to change things, maybe you're very comfortable, maybe you don't like change, Spirit is saying that there seems to be something happening for you in December where it's like there's a new situation, there's some sort of communication that could be coming in for you that will change your situation for the better, or that could be a new opportunity for you that will kind of lead the way into more opportunities in the future. So kind of like a stepping stone into new opportunities, like, you know, you're taking that one step and then from there you'll eventually see other opportunities lining up for you as well. Spirit is also saying here, don't be afraid to try things differently, to kind of go with the flow a little bit and think outside the box. But I just keep picking up that there's a change in the air for you. Like something's kind of floating in, an opportunity or something that's going to change the way you've been thinking about things or seeing things, something like that. Because with the sign right here of Aquarius, I feel like there's something that's like floating into your life. So that's what I'm getting so far. I feel like there is something else. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing like an opportunity, kind of like walking out of the water, or you walking out of the water here. So there's something very cleansing, I feel, is going on here, which is interesting because you have the clear quartz. It's like you're going to see things differently. You're going to feel differently about something. Yeah, there's something else that's like on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming through yet. So I'm pretty sure it's going to come through when we get your other cards going. So let's go ahead and do that. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? December, thank you. December 2025. Reach for the moon and go for it. Okay. Do you see what's happening here? Open up to change. Go for it. Don't let anything hold you back. Know that you have the power to make these changes in your life. You have the ability to successfully move forward toward this change that you want to see in your life. So there's definitely something going on here. Open up to change. So what I'm seeing with open up to change is there's an energy of someone feeling comfortable where they are, even though they may be uncomfortable where they are. Does that make any sense to you? Where a fear, so not necessarily liking where you are and wanting to make changes, but also having a fear about taking that leap of faith, or a fear about what's on the other side of that leap of faith. It could be, what if I take a leap of faith and this situation is worse than where I am right now? What if I take a leap of faith and I'm not successful? And Spirit is saying, but what if you open up to change, you go for it, and you have great success, and you're very, very happy that you left the situation over here. So yeah, there's something where things are starting to take shape for you in December. I feel like you could have an opportunity out of the blue that happens for you in December. For some of you, it could be something that you've been waiting for, and you might have a fear of like, oh no, should I take this? Should I not? This happened out of the blue. Is that good? Is that bad? And Spirit is saying, obviously, you know, listen to your intuition and really feel how it feels for you. But yeah, if it feels right, go for it, because I am seeing that something is coming into your life in December. Wow, you have Moonflower and take a risk. Look at your cards. Open up to change, go for it, and take a risk. Do you see the road down here? There's a new pathway. There's a new road for you. And I feel like this is either a level up for you, so kind of climbing up a ladder and getting a new opportunity. For some of you, it could be a chance for a promotion, or a chance to move into like a different company, something like that, if this is about work for you. For others of you, this could be something that is quite challenging in your life, but it's also something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been looking for. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with work. I was just using that as an example. That could be metaphorical or literal for some of you, the work example that I gave. But there's a new road for you. And some of you might be taking a chance on just anything in your life that you've always wanted to do. And Spirit is saying there could be something that happens in December for you where you're saying, oh my gosh, I think now is the time for me to go after that. So December is definitely time for change for you. It's definitely a time for something to come into alignment for you. What else can you tell us? For group number 2, please, we're looking at December 2025. You have number 5, an orphaned. What I'm picking up with this card is that if you sit and think too long about an opportunity, it could pass you by. And maybe some of you did this in the past and you feel like something is never going to come back around to you. So maybe you were too afraid to make a change in the past, and then you've been feeling orphaned. You've been feeling like you're left in the cold. But Spirit is, so if that's the case for some of you, and then you're saying, oh no, I made a mistake, I should have acted on this opportunity. Spirit is showing me that you're going to have another opportunity that comes into your life. And in between now and when that opportunity comes into your life, Spirit is saying to work on being more comfortable with change. Because Spirit is saying that, it's perfectly fine to feel uncomfortable with change. A lot of people are, but to, at the same time, try to lean into that change. Because I keep hearing there's some sort of communication that's coming into your life, into your situation. And there's going to be some sort of opportunity that will lift you out of this. So I feel like it would be good for you to get rid of self-limiting beliefs, to cleanse away the fears that you have. Oh, that's why. Okay, I'm seeing it. Remember, I saw you stepping out of the water here. I feel like you're cleansing this, you're cleansing those self-limiting beliefs, and you're coming out to a new day, and you're ready to accept new opportunities, and you're ready to take a risk. So this is temporary for you. I really feel like you're breaking out of something that once had control over you. So this could even be your situation right now. You could be feeling like this just because you feel like you don't belong in your situation. Maybe some of you have been waiting for change, and then it took so long to get here that you've kind of given up hope. And what Spirit is saying is that you will have hope again, and there is something coming in December that can change things for you. So we have number 43 and deep knowing. Okay, so what I'm feeling from this card is that if you work with the energy that I just talked about, work with knowing that you deserve better, knowing that things can change for you. If you work on that, if you cleanse this orphan energy, you will then come into this energy here with this deep knowing, and you will know that when this opportunity comes in for you, this communication that I keep seeing coming in, once that happens, you will know it will feel slightly different to you than things in the past. You will know that this is a good opportunity for you. You will know that you should go for it and you should take a risk. So some of you may have taken a risk in the past, and this was the result. You may feel very restricted where you are, and you're feeling like, oh no, I don't ever want to take another risk again in my entire life. But Spirit is saying to be open to change, and just be open to the fact that this can change for you and that there's something coming in. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Thank you. What else can you tell us, please? The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is below go for it, because the Knight of Wands is a go for it card. This is the energy that you want. See, do you see how it's transforming from the Orphan card to this card? So you're going to have your energy back. You're going to feel energized. And I feel that once you open yourself up to new opportunities, you're going to see, okay, maybe things can change. Maybe things will be better. And I feel that that energy just continues to grow and grow the more that you move forward. And you become unstoppable. You really, really do. And, you know, it's so interesting how I saw you walking out of the water here, and how I was like, there's something else with this card. I'm not quite seeing it yet. And I feel it's the difference between the Orphan card and the Knight card. I feel you go into the water, metaphorically speaking, of course, as the Orphan card. And then you go through some kind of cleansing, kind of a transformation, and you come out as the Knight of Wands, where you have your confidence back, you have your focus back, you have your drive back, and also you have your passion back for something. And I'm hearing like this is just the beginning. So we have the Temperance card. So I feel like things balance out for you, because with the Orphan card, there is something incredibly out of balance here. You just feel very restricted. This is not you. Your energy is more the Knight of Wands. This is like something that may have been put in place to kind of wake you up so that you realize that you don't belong here, so that you understand that you are worth more, that you can have more. And then you kind of evolve into this Knight of Wands, and I'm feeling like something snaps you out of this Orphan card. It's like, I don't know, it's some sort of communication or something that happens where you just snap out of it and your energy just almost changes overnight. It's really interesting. And so with the Temperance card, what you have been looking for, I feel that you find it. I feel that your energy is just incredibly different than it was like in November, or even at the very, very beginning of December. Things really, really shift in your life, and everything comes together to create just like this new energy in your life. Then you have the Strength card. So what I feel with the Strength card is that it's not going to necessarily be easy for you to pull yourself out of the Orphan card, out of that energy, and embrace this change, because I feel something really kind of pulled you down, something dragged you down to the point where you may not even have the energy to try something new. But what Spirit is showing me is that that's going to change very, very quickly once you see this new opportunity. And you're like, oh my gosh, really? I could really be lifted out of this. So I feel like it is going to take some strength for you to kind of pull out of this, but it's definitely going to be worth it. And I feel also that things are working in your favor, whereas before I feel almost like nothing was working in your favor here. It's almost like someone was like talking down to you all the time. Maybe I'm seeing you talking down to yourself, and Spirit is saying that to change the way you're talking to yourself, or that the way other people are talking to you in your environment, that is going to change. So let's see what we have here. We have the Seven of Wands, and I feel the Seven of Wands. Do you see how you're getting your power back? How you're breaking through barriers, and you're kind of breaking through a thought process or the way someone was talking to you, the way it's below the Orphan card. Because this person, I feel, is literally breaking through the other wands here, saying like, nothing is going to stop me. Nothing is going to stand in my way. I'm moving forward. I have a new mindset. I'm ready for challenges, even though I feel like I'm not ready with the Orphan card. You're saying, I'm going to rise to these challenges. I'm going to pull the last little bit of strength that I have in my body. I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to move forward and I'm going to embrace these changes. So do you see with the Seven of Wands, how it really matches up with go for it and take a risk? This Seven of Wands, I'm feeling a little bit of the Fool energy with the Seven of Wands, not like the entire energy of the Fool, but just a little bit where this person is like, hey, nothing's going to hold me back. I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm strong and I'm going to make it through these difficulties that I've been in. So it's like you're breaking through the barriers. You're breaking down a wall that was once holding you back. And then you have the King of Swords. See, I keep telling you, I'm picking up there's some sort of communication, and I'm picking it up with this card as well. So there's some form of communication. I feel part of it is that you're communicating with yourself and you're feeling stronger about how you're talking to yourself. I feel you could also be standing up to people who have been talking down to you or who have been suppressing you somehow. You're breaking out of this energy of feeling like almost like you've been left behind or you're misunderstood or something like that. And the energy that you're going into, there's a great appreciation for what you have to offer, what you have to say, what you do. You know, no matter what the situation is, people are paying attention to you. People are saying, oh, okay, what were you saying? Please continue. I'm very interested. So this is a great time in December for you to try something new. So if you want to change your job, change your career, it's a great time for that. If you want to stand up for yourself, so maybe people around you have been like suppressing you. It could be family, a relationship, friendship, whatever it is. I see you kind of standing up for yourself, taking a stand for yourself, and making changes in your life. Now, what I'm seeing is that this happens quickly. I'm seeing these different phases that you're going through happen like back to back to back very, very quickly. And I feel that the speed of how everything happens is a little bit surprising, but with the Seven of Wands and the Strength card, and also the King of Swords here, Spirit is saying that you're going to get through this just fine. And what I mean by happening back to back to back, I feel like you start December with this energy here. And then I feel like you get this calling or some kind of something that happens that wakes you up, that snaps you out of this energy. And then we get the Deep Knowing card. It's almost like the Judgment energy in the tarot deck. If you don't know much about tarot, the Judgment card is kind of like seeing things differently. Being called to a different situation, waking up, having a second chance, things like that. And so that's the energy that I'm getting with this Orphan card in combination with the other cards that we have so far. So you're going through these different phases very, very quickly where you're the Orphan, then you have a wake-up call, and then it's like this miracle where you just rise up one day and you're the Knight of Wands and you're like, just get out of my way with the Seven of Wands, and you're breaking down barriers. And then all of a sudden, right after that, I feel you have the Temperance card and you have the King of Swords where everything just kind of aligns and comes together for you. And people are paying attention to you. Situations are just like drawn to you. So this change happens quickly, I feel, if you allow it, right? So we have the Ace of Cups. You see these new beginnings, and I feel your heart is healing. There's so much healing, I feel. You're getting your strength back. You're getting your passion back. You are in an environment that is so nurturing compared to this Orphan card. You know, this Orphan card, this is the complete opposite and even more than nurturing. This is like so dramatically uncomfortable and unneeded. Like this is unnecessary. This does not need to be in your life. And I'm feeling like this is exactly what is changing in your life. As like so powerful, Spirit is saying, please understand this is changing. You do not have to feel this way. And you won't be feeling this way as long as you embrace the change. So the Ace of Cups, I'm just feeling so much lighter. I mean, it's literally, I'm seeing your environment right now. It's almost like it's nighttime where it's really dark. And then where you're going, it's so much better that you might not even trust it at first, because you're going to be like, wait a minute, is this real? Why does everything feel so comfortable and so welcoming and so warm and kind and polite even and generous? And I'm feeling like here nobody listens to you, but where you're going, people are like, oh, okay, what are your thoughts? And it's just like, wait a minute, I don't feel comfortable talking because I never got to talk over here. But that's changing for you. So this can be literal for some of you, or it can be metaphorical regarding your situation. But really the thing to take away is that things are going to be balancing out for you. There is this amazing new beginning for you. I mean, I can't even tell you. There's so much like safety and comfort here. It's like receiving a warm hug in some sort of new environment instead of feeling like you're just being pushed in the corner over here. So you have, you have the Page of Swords. Look at how excited this person is. This person is like, oh my gosh, I can express myself. I can tell you what I'm thinking. I can pursue these ideas that I've had, new ideas or old ideas that I couldn't pursue here. And for some of you, the suppression that I'm feeling with the Orphan card, it doesn't have to be a person. This could just be your situation is making you feel like this. Very, very suppressed, very restricted, like you can't move any direction. There's something that's coming in with this King of Wands that's going to change everything for you. So with the Page of Wands being below the Knight of Wands, what I'm seeing here, there might be a flurry of, oh my gosh, I could do this, I could do that. What if I do that? So I'm feeling like your mind might be a little bit overwhelmed at first with the possibilities of what this King of Swords can bring into your life. But then you kind of, so at first it's like this broad situation where you have all of these different possibilities. And and then with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you kind of zone in on something and then you proceed forward after you zone in. So at first, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but Spirit says, don't worry about that. Just keep moving forward, take a risk. It's going to feel much better. So listen to your intuition, how things feel, and let that guide you forward. Let that guide you to that one particular thing that you want to focus on. So if you let's just say, for instance, that just because this is a very, very simple example, let's say with the Orphan card, you're in a job that you cannot stand. The environment is making you feel like you can't go in there one more day. So then maybe you're sending your resume out. Maybe you're open to change. So in December, you're sending your resume out and you get a couple different job offers. You may be feeling overwhelmed because, first of all, you're miserable where you are. You want to change in your life, but you're also afraid of change because what if it's even worse than where you are now? And then on top of all of that, you have multiple job offers. So then you have to research the companies. You have to, figure out how far is the drive, things like that. And so Spirit is saying, just break it down and look at, zone in on, first of all, you're going to make a change. It is going to be better, but zone in and really see how you feel about each of these opportunities coming into your life. So you have the Empress card. Yeah, and you see how the Empress is pregnant. So she is pregnant in a lot of the tarot decks. Some she's not, but this one she is pregnant. So this is showing me that it is just a matter of time before you see a new opportunity. And then when that new opportunity appears, with these new beginnings, it's just a matter of time before everything starts to take shape, everything starts to be formed, and there's literally this new life that you are walking into. So there's definitely a change that's coming in for you. And look at all the flowers. You're going to be so much more comfortable where you're going. The Temperance card, there's healing. See, it's right below or right above the Empress. So there's healing, there's balance, there's patience, there's nurturing energy. Same thing with the Empress. There's patience here, nurturing energy. There's a lot of growth happening here. There's a lot of support where you're going. And like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be work related. I just use that example because it's very, very simple. Yeah, look at this. So you have the 10 of Swords. Isn't this interesting how the 10 of Swords is below the Strength card because it's going to go right here? And look at this person. This person's been stabbed in the back multiple times and is barely hanging on, but is pushing forward. So I feel this is very, very like a visual representation of what I was saying earlier regarding the Orphan card. And this is how you feel right now, but pulling that every last little bit of strength that you have with the Strength card and pulling yourself out from here and being open to change. And is it going to be painful? I feel like it is it's painful because some of you have just become kind of content with where you are, even though you hate where you are. So to pull yourself out of that, you're going to have to recognize, okay, this is actually as painful as I thought it was, but I've just kind of suppressed that pain out of my like near vision, right? So you're going to have to recognize that, confront that, and then lift yourself up and open your eyes to these other possibilities, and then take a chance and take a risk that this new opportunity is not going to be like this, and we're seeing that it's going to be completely different. So is it going to be painful going through this process? Yeah, I think it's going to be. But is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because where you're going, there's a reciprocal energy. You see the Strength card, how the lion and the person here, it's very reciprocal. That's where you're going. So you're leaving this 10 of Swords behind. And the other thing with the 10 of Swords, this is showing me that you're at number 10. So something is coming to an end for you and there's a new beginning. Maybe with the 10 of Swords, maybe this has been going on for you since October and it's coming to an end in December for you. Maybe it's been going on for 10 months. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to have anything to do with number 10 other than something's coming to an end. Yeah, you have the Tower card. So what I'm hearing from the Tower card is that change is inevitable. Do you see how the Tower card is below the Orphan card? So the Orphan card, the 7 of Wands, and the Tower card. There's a couple things going on here. Your first card over here, the very, very first one, is New Moon in Aquarius, open up to change. And then you get the Tower card. So this is what Spirit wants you to know. The easiest way to go through this is to understand that one way or the other, you're leaving this situation here. So if you choose to leave the situation on your own, you can do that, and I feel things will be easier for you. Or if you choose to stay here, the universe knows that you do not belong here, that you deserve much, much better. And the situation will continue to get worse and worse and worse, to the point where the universe may literally take you out of that situation, which is the Tower card, and you may feel like you're not ready for these changes, but you are. Look at the 7 of Wands. Look at how prepared this person is. So Spirit is saying, change is in the air for you in December. And you have what it takes to accept this change, to move on from whatever was suppressing you here, and accept these new opportunities, this new energy that's coming into your life. And I'm hearing like things are just going to kind of blossom before your eyes. It is such a different energy. It's such a refreshing energy. Look at that. You have the Sun card. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going from the Orphan energy, the Tower card. Your very next card after the Tower card is the Sun card. So is it going to be scary? Yes, it is. I don't think there's any way around that for you. This change, for one reason or another, is very, very scary for you. Well, actually, I've kind of talked about why it could be scary for you, but your worst fears are not going to come true. What I'm picking up is your worst fear is this right here, and I feel that you are there. And that's exactly why it's going to change. It's not going to get worse. I mean, if you stay here, it will get worse. But when you open to this new change, this is going to get better for you. So let's look at your last card. Wow. So you have the Queen of Swords. Okay. There's a couple things going on here. First of all, what I'm seeing, okay, I'm seeing so much actually. I gotta like slow it down in my brain. Okay, let's go to the Ten of Swords first. This is how you're feeling. This is how you end up when you embrace that change. So I feel, I mean, it's the same thing here with the Tower card and the Sun card. Do you see how it's a similar energy, these two cards? And then the Tower and the Sun card. So open to change. That's your first card. This is changing for you. This is where you're going. You're in control here. You have risen above problems. I feel with the sword, you have literally cut people, places, things, and situations out of your life that do not deserve to have you in that energy, right? These people, places, and things don't deserve you because you're much better than those things. You're rising above. You're getting your power back. Look at how powerful this Queen is. You're getting your strength back. I feel that you have healed from something that was very, very dramatic. And I feel, you know, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like there may have been a very, very dramatic ending to something that happened. You're getting your self-worth back with the Queen of Swords, and maybe you never lost it, but with the Queen of Swords, you're in an environment where you're respected, people listen to you, people appreciate you, people don't talk down to you. Look at how the King is so interested in what you have to say, the King of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords is sitting there with such confidence. And also what I'm seeing is the Queen of Swords is very confident in this new direction, is very confident in taking a risk, very confident in going for it, and very confident with embracing these changes. And also with the Go For It card, you see how it's like there's the two boats right here? And then this is like you right here. So I feel what's happening here is you're leaving the past in the past, and this is you in December kind of getting your strength back, getting your hope back, healing, and then you're saying yes to this new opportunity. So there's huge, huge, massive, massive change coming in for you. As long as you embrace the change and kind of go with the flow, you're going to end up like this Queen of Swords here. And the Sun card. I wish you so much luck, and if you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Celestite, and your card is First Quarter Moon in Aries. Step into your power. The energy that I'm feeling for you in December is that you're overcoming obstacles, and I feel like you're able to move forward with something that you've wanted to pursue, or a pathway is opened up for you, a doorway is open for you. So basically, I feel like things become easier for you. It's like obstacles are removed from your path somehow. You're able to move on from a challenging situation. You're taking some sort of action in December, and you're going forward boldly. I feel nothing is going to get in your way anymore, especially if there was something blocking you before. I feel that things are becoming much easier. And I feel like the path going forward, it may still be difficult or challenging. I feel challenging is more the word than difficult, because I really feel like the difficulties are being removed for you in December. So yeah, so going forward, things may be challenging for you, but it's nothing that you can't handle. And it's certainly nothing like what may have been blocking your path before. I also feel like you may not be able to see the whole picture yet regarding how you're going to step into your power. I feel for some of you, it's kind of like learn as you go in December, where you're actually able to move forward with something, but you're not seeing the full picture yet. You're not seeing how everything's going to come together yet. But slowly but surely, it all just kind of lines up for you in kind of like a magical, mysterious way. So Spirit is saying, have a plan, draw up a plan, and then go for it, because obstacles are going to be removed. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? December 2025. Okay, I think we have 3 here. These were all kind of stuck together. They all wanted to come out. So let's see what we have. Ooh, ring around the moon and protection. I love that, because you are so protected as you go forward. First of all, you're protected from any more obstacles, like I said. You may have challenges, but not obstacles. Yes. And this idea, whatever it is that you want to see happen, I feel that is protected also. Your intuition is also very, very protected. And I feel you also want to protect your intuition. So there's something about making sure that outside influences don't influence your intuition. So if your intuition is saying, yes, it's finally time for me to move forward, or this is a perfect opportunity, and your intuition, your gut instinct is saying, this is it, this is what I've been waiting for, don't let your ego hold you back. Don't let other people hold you back. Listen to your intuition. You are very, very protected going forward. Ooh, Quicksilver Moon and changes. I love this for you, because this is what you've wanted. And you will be embracing these changes in December. You're not waiting anymore. You don't have these blockages. Things are shifting for you in December. I mean, look, this person here looks like she's in her power, right? Stepping into power. And that's exactly what you're doing here. And look at, there's a lot of growth. And I feel that there's something coming in that's going to match your energy. There's something coming in that is, I feel it's going to be with you for a very long time. Okay, let's see. Abundance. Look at you in December. So you have abundance, and I feel, you know, there's like abundance in this card too. There's some sort of celebration. That's what it was. I was trying to get the feeling into words with this changes card. So you have these flowers. It almost looks like a bouquet of flowers down here. You have the swans. So there's a huge blessing that's coming into your life regarding these changes, and it's going to bring you so much abundance. So I'm hearing an abundance of relief that you're seeing things happen. There's an abundance of happiness, joy. There could be an abundance of money, finances, opportunities, people, community. You know, really, I'm seeing an abundance of whatever it is that you're looking for is coming into your life. Everything is lining up for you. There's a different phase of your life that I feel is happening in December. And I feel that you're really going to be walking into this new opportunity, a new phase in your life, just this really, really amazing new beginning. What else can you tell us for group number 3? Thank you. Also, I'm just feeling like something is so powerful. When I look at like kind of like these 3 cards, but kind of these 2. So it is these 3, but definitely these 2. I'm getting like something very, very powerful coming into your life. And it's kind of like this, almost like this explosion of energy where everything comes together and it's just like, bam, overnight, you're just like exactly where you wanted to be. And, you know, you still have a lot of growth that will happen over here, but it's just like something changes and it's just, you're there, you're in it. It's pretty amazing. So we have regeneration number 46. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because, you know, I kept seeing that there was some sort of blockage or obstacle or something like that that was holding you back before. But now you're getting exactly what you need to move forward. It almost seems like with regeneration, some of you, see, sorry about that. Anytime my throat does that, there's something that needs to be released or something that you just released or something like that. And that's exactly what I was just going to talk about. So when that happens with my voice, I can't control it. I'll be talking and then all of a sudden my voice cuts out. It's, you know, when I'm doing readings. So what I was going to say is it feels like you've kind of trimmed the fat, so to speak. So you've trimmed like the tree limbs, right? Because we always want to prune the trees at the appropriate time to get ready for spring, to get ready for those new beginnings, for that new cycle. And so I feel like you may have come upon challenges or restrictions or obstacles. And through those obstacles, you may have realized that certain things needed to exit your life, that you needed to change certain things in your life. And once you have done that, then you're stepping into your power. Then you're bringing these changes into your life, including this regeneration. Ooh, yeah, see, you have mending. Number 52 and mending. So you have fixed something that wasn't quite right in your life. Exactly what I just said is going on here with regeneration and mending. You are also getting the green light to go forward with something. So for some of you, it could be a divine timing thing where you had to kind of clean up a mess. You had to get rid of certain things, people, places, things, situations. You had to, because I'm seeing like somebody sweeping and cleaning a house and putting certain things in the trash, taking the trash out and releasing that, and then mending something. So mending your environment, mending your inner environment inside your body, and then getting your power back. And then, you know, it's like you're going through this regeneration process and then you're ready and you're stepping into your power. So yeah, there's a whole situation going on here, but just know that whatever was faulty or whatever, if there was an excess of some sort of energy that was holding you back, that's being removed. And so with mending, let me give you a visual of what I'm seeing with this. And it goes along with what I was just saying. With mending, I'm seeing like an environment, let's just call it a room, that has some sort of energy in it that needs to be released. So I see you opening up all the windows and saging and then ushering all that energy out. And then you're lighting incense, or you have a natural spray or something that you're putting in the air to kind of mend and fill any holes that may have been left when things were extracted and pushed out those windows. And then the environment, it just feels so much clearer. So the environment is regenerating and it's mending, which is then the energy is shifting, and the energy is then in alignment. First of all, it's very protected at this point, and then it's in alignment for these changes in abundance to appear in your life, and then for you to step into these changes in abundance. Because something was off balance over here. This is being fixed for you in December. What else can you tell us? Oh, okay, I guess we're ready. Let's see. The Lover's card. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So let me set this down. I think there's little crystals from the crystal that we're on here. Okay, so the Lover's card. What I'm seeing here is basically what I just said, how in order to move forward, something needs to be mended, something needs to be regenerated. And with this particular Lover's card, I feel like you had a choice to make, to either keep those things in your life, those things that needed to be saged out of your life, the energy that needed to be saged out of your life. You had a choice to keep those in your life and keep your situation as it is, or you will have this opportunity in December. And then stepping into your power and moving forward with a new beginning, or you can choose to keep things the way they were and stay where you are. Okay, so I feel that you have a choice coming up in December to kind of clean up your environment a little bit. That's how you're going to step into these changes. That's how you're going to get your power back. And that's how you're going to remove these obstacles. Oops, that card almost flew off the table. So you have the Hermit card. So you're going to see the way forward. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet with the Lover's card, you will. Some of you may be in denial also. Some of you may be saying, no, I want to keep everything and I also want to move forward. But I'm telling you, there's something in your life that can bring you down. So there's something in your life that could hinder these changes and that could hinder this abundance from coming fully into your life. So with the Hermit card, Spirit is saying that you can take as long as you want to feel things out, to figure out what needs to exit your life, and to also work up the courage to cut something out of your life. Do you see this here? What is this tool called? I forget. Is that like a scythe? Is that how you say that? I always forget that word. But anyway, I feel this is definitely showing that something needs to be cut out of your life. All right, the Seven of Pentacles. Let me look at this for a minute, because I feel like you're making progress towards something. You've been working on something. You've been... I'm trying to see what that is. It's like there's a picture trying to come through and I'm not quite seeing it yet. So I'm going to wait for that to come through. I'll come back to this. And let me just talk about the Seven of Pentacles in general with your situation. So what I'm seeing here, oh, that's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. This Seven of Pentacles is relating to a blockage that you had, or a slowdown, a delay, something that was preventing you from moving forward. Now, what I'm seeing is that this is something that you may have been working on for a while, and it's starting to come together for you in December. But you still have this decision to make about, there's something that needs to be removed so that you can go forward. Now, the other thing I want to say, so I don't forget it, Spirit is saying that nothing is lost. Even if you had a long delay, that you're still able to move forward and walk into what it is that you've been hoping for, what you've been working toward, right? So nothing is going to pass you by. So if some of you have had a situation, maybe it was some sort of energy, whether it's a person, place, thing, situation, mindset, whatever it is, something that was causing a delay, something like that. You're overcoming that, but it doesn't matter how long it took you to overcome that. Things were still kind of coming into place for you, and things were sitting there waiting for you on the other side of this issue that you had. All right, so yeah, I think that's what it was that was trying to come through with this card. But obviously, if anything else comes through, I will definitely let you know. The Page of Swords. So there's movement. There's movement in your life. I'm also seeing something with this sword, how you're getting clarity on what needs to be cut out of your life, what needs to be changed. So for some of you, you don't need to literally cut something out of your life. Some of you need to change something, need to look at something from a different perspective. And that is what is going to give you this power that we see here with your very first card. Yeah, so I feel like there's a change in the air for sure. You're starting to see things differently. You're starting to, I feel there's something about communication here where you're speaking differently into the universe based on how you're seeing things differently. I feel like your cards are almost talking in riddles. I'm trying to decipher the messages for you the best that I can. Okay, now we have the Page of Wands. So, okay, I'm starting to see it a little bit clearer here. I feel that what's happening for you in December, with this, something is changing for you, whether you're cutting something out of your life or you're seeing things from a different perspective or you're seeing a different route to take. What's happening is you're, you're figuring that out. And then with the Page of Swords, I'm seeing you kind of go over plans in your mind, maybe writing things down, but you're coming up with a plan with the Page of Wands. And I feel that you're actually visualizing how you move forward with this plan with the Page of Wands. And you are visualizing like, okay, what would happen if I did A and B? And you're seeing that in your mind and you're like, okay, so that looks good. Let me jot that down here. Now, what would happen if I went C to D over here? And you're visualizing that and plotting that out in your mind. And you're like, oh, okay, that could work too. So then you're making a note of that and so on and so forth. So I feel like that's another thing that's happening. It's kind of like not necessarily a slow process because I see all of this happening in December, but I feel like things are coming together in your mind and then you're putting things on paper, so to speak, and then you're taking action on things or with things. So we have the Seven of Swords. See, this is exactly what you're figuring out here. You're figuring out what was holding you back and you're getting rid of it. That's what you're doing here. So the Hermit card and the Seven of Swords are very much connected together. And you see how they even have kind of the same color scheme? So you're figuring out what was holding you back. For some of you, you were holding yourself back. It could be your thought process. It could be that you were feeling maybe that you couldn't accomplish something. Maybe you had a lot of fear or something like that. And you're stepping into your power. So do you see how stepping into your power relates to the Seven of Swords? Because you're recognizing these seven swords and you're gaining power over these seven swords. And it's because you went through the Hermit card. and you're making a decision to stop this from holding you back. So this is really, the Seven of Swords is definitely connected to the mending card, because you're fixing something here with the Seven of Swords, which is then allowing you to get into this regeneration, getting your energy back, getting your focus back with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. The Ten of Cups. Yeah, do you see how after we have the Seven of Swords where you get rid of the problem, and then you have the Ten of Cups. This is an abundance card. So remember, you have abundance up here. You have the Ten of Cups. There's an abundance of freedom here, where you're free to go where you want and pursue what you want. And also, it's because it's below the Lover's card. Remember, I talked about the Lover's card. You have a decision to make. You've made that decision with this top row here. In the Ten of Cups, you're very, very happy with your decision. You're very protected, because you have the protection card up here. But if you see these two people standing here and the columns here, I feel like you're very protected within this column. Also, you have the Lover's card right above the Ten of Cups, like I pointed out earlier. But do you see how the Lover's card, you have a decision to make, and then you make that decision, and now these two people are holding hands. So that doesn't mean this is about a relationship. I mean, it could, if that's what's going on in your life, but it doesn't mean that just because they're holding hands, this represents a relationship. And just because the Lover's card, it doesn't mean it's representing a relationship. It could, but that's not necessarily the case. So the Lover's card, you have a decision to make. You make that decision, and here you are in the Ten of Cups with your decision, with the other side of your decision. You've stepped into your power here. You're very confident. You're very focused. And you have the abundance up here. So do you see what's happening here? There's a lot going on for you in December, but it's all leading you to a very, very powerful place. And then we have the Justice card, where once again, you're very protected here. You see, it's that same structure that you had in the Ten of Cups. And you've listened to your intuition. I feel you've cleansed something. You've gotten clarity with your thoughts. You've gotten rid of anything like excess baggage that was holding you back before. You have mended something. You've healed something with this Justice card. Everything is in balance. You're no longer waiting for things to happen. For some of you with the Justice card, this could have to do with contracts. So some of you could be signing a new lease somewhere. Some of you could be buying a new home. Some of you could be getting a new job. For some of you, something that was not in your favor is now coming into your favor, and you're stepping back into your power here. Whatever it is, this Justice card is a very, very powerful energy. You know, if you go into the courtroom and you're addressing the judge, that judge is a very powerful energy, right? And I feel you're getting that power in your life in December. You're getting the power to choose what you want to do going forward, who you want to be around, what you want to be around, the situations you want to be in, things like that. The King of Pentacles, wow, talk about power. So this is another very, very powerful card. So I feel what's happening for you in December is you have this vision of how you want things to look, how you want things to go. And in December, you're making the right choices for this energy to come into your life. And where was it that I was talking about making a plan? It was with the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. Yeah, that's where it was. So I feel that you are doing that. The King of Pentacles is giving me further confirmation that you're doing that. You're seeing things differently. You're getting clarity on things. You make a decision and you stick to it. You're very, very protected. You're going through these changes with a lot of confidence. And you're slowly but surely starting to see things coming together that will lead you to the King of Pentacles energy. You're building something. You're building a future for yourself. I feel you're starting a new foundation somewhere or with something. So it could be a new job, a new place to live, a new environment, new people. Some of you are settling conflicts with friends, family, co-workers, anything like that. Conflicts are being resolved. Some of you are calling a truce with some sort of conflict. You've discovered the truth about certain things. You've put things to rest and you're rebuilding something. That's also a possibility for some of you. So let's see what else we have. Now you have the King of Swords. Yeah, so what's interesting here is that the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords are after the Justice card. So do you see the power that is coming in? I mean, throughout your reading, but especially after the Justice card. So when I'm picking up that something is ending and there's a new beginning. So for you, that could mean challenges are ending and you're fixing things. This could mean, like I said earlier, you're mending relationships with people, whether it's romantic, friendship, work related, whatever it is, you're mending those things. And there's a new understanding. There's definitely new balance that's coming in, because obviously with the Justice card, you have the scales of justice, but you also have the scales of justice with the King of Swords. So this decision that you're making with your very first tarot card is going to affect the rest of December for you. Some of you may have multiple decisions to make, but what I'm seeing is that the energies that are coming into your life as you mend things, as you fix things, they're very stable. There's a lot of clarity. You don't have to read between the lines with anything. Everything is very clear. And everything is very much balanced and in your favor. And I just feel like you're like on the precipice of growing something. Let me see if this card tells me anything else. The Four of Pentacles. So yeah, you're building something, whatever it is. Remember how I just said I feel like you're growing something before I turned over this card? It's very stable. Some of you will be going into a new job where you have like a mentor or someone to help you, someone who believes in you, someone who wants to teach you things and guide you along the way. I'm getting that protection again. Look at this right here. You're very protected. Ooh, this is a stepping stone also. This is wherever you're going in December, like new opportunities that you're going to be thinking about, visualizing, writing plans for. This is just the beginning for you. You are building something that is going to be so strong that is going to take you as far as you want to go with it. And I feel like your passion for this particular thing, it grows and grows and grows. And the more you're immersed in this new environment, the more comfortable you feel, the more you know you made the right decision. Everything is very cohesive is the word I'm feeling. Everything just kind of falls into place. Everything, you start to see things lining up for you. This card was stuck, so I'm gonna take the last card on top, but I'm also going to look at that one too, because it was like stuck to the table. So yeah, you keep doing what you're doing. You're going to make a lot of progress in the future going beyond December. And I just feel like it's a breath of fresh air. There's so much abundance coming in. So there's an abundance of finances. There's an abundance of clarity. Your intuition is on point. There's an abundance of healing. There's an abundance of understanding. There's an abundance of balance, emotional stability, just happiness. All of these things are coming into abundance. Wow, so now you have the Eight of Pentacles. So do you see what I'm saying? How you're making progress with something? It's almost like you're perfecting an idea. You're perfecting your craft. something is becoming almost like set in stone. Kind of with the Justice card, it's like you might be signing on the dotted line regarding something that is going to help rebalance things, help mend something. So some of you are getting closure on something with the Justice card, and you're kind of rebuilding your life. You're healing from something, you're starting over. Yeah, and then some of you, this can be relating to work with all the pentacles that we have here. Because what I'm seeing with the Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing, so remember the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, I was talking about how you're getting clarity and you're kind of writing a formula for how you move forward with this idea, something that you're very excited about. And then with the Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing that you have taken steps toward making that happen. You're actually working on something. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there's a lot of progress that is made for you in December. There's more to come, and there's still more things that you need to work on and achieve. But in December, you're making some pretty significant progress. And for some of you, you're getting noticed for that with the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles. Some of you could be getting a raise, a promotion, a new job. Some of you are able to sell a product or something like that. But yeah, there's some pretty significant changes for you. Wow. Okay, so the Eight of Wands, this is the card that was stuck when I picked up your tarot cards from here. So the Eight of Wands, first of all, with the ship, I'm feeling like your ship is coming in. I'm feeling like things happen very quickly for you in December. There's also a lot happening in December. I feel like you are guided to exactly where you need to go. Like I said earlier, your intuition is on point. It always is, but there's something about it being very, very clear in December. And look at the dolphins here. So you're being guided somewhere. So step into your power, embrace these changes, make those decisions. You're going to make the right decisions. And I just see you being so, so happy. Something in your life that was off, something with the mending card that wasn't working for you, that's being fixed. And it's going to happen quickly with this Eight of Wands. So that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.